Allaoua CHELBI. I hope I pronounce it Shelby. I hope I pronounce it right.
I think
For short, has been my friend since 2014 when we attended 2015 when we attended Train the Trainer of Jack Canfield. And he's from France, and he'll tell you more about his exciting work that he does for the human race and for humanity and worldwide. So, Allaoua, can you take it over, please? Introduce yourself.
So I repeat myself. So my name is Allaoua CHELBI. So I am from France, originally from Algeria. So I am working for international organizations and in humanitarian and governance sectors. I worked a lot in Africa, Middle East, North Africa, trying to help people and building their democracy and helping them in all different issues.
Okay, and you did mention that you came from Libya and some other countries.
Exactly. I work generally in post-conflict countries. So I was in Libya for more than 2 years. I was in Iraq for 3 years. Mm-hmm. I was in Congo for 2 years also, and in different countries, in Egypt, in Chad, in Republic Center of Africa, in different countries, a lot of. I think I worked in 20 different countries since I started this work. 20. Yeah.
Wow.
Exactly.
Why did you do this work?
I think I love what I'm doing. I mean, I started as a teacher. As a teacher in Algeria, even when I came here to France. And I love just listening, helping, sharing. This is part of my life, part of my experience. And when I went first time with United Nations as a civic educator, studying helping people in Congo, trying to understand what it means, democracy, referendum, elections. It started like that. I mean, what I was doing in France, in Algeria, I did it in other countries. That's it. In the beginning, it was like that. I just to speak to people, to explain to people what does it mean democracy, what does it mean choosing your candidate, etc. And then I went to different countries doing sometimes same, sometimes a little bit different. I mean, it's just the same teacher, trainer, I mean, in other different countries.
Okay, so you've been doing this, you find good purpose in this. And it's more war-torn than anything else. Now we're not in a war. How do I say it? We're in a war, but we're in a war with an invisible enemy. So we're all in lockdown. France is in lockdown. Almost all states all countries in the European Union, UK is in lockdown. The US is in lockdown. Certain states in the US is in lockdown. We are on lockdown. Asia is on lockdown. We do have a common enemy, and it's the coronavirus, and it spares no one. How different is it from the wars that you've seen? And the wars that you go to because of humanitarian reasons and so on. This is different, but it's the same. How do you describe it?
Um, uh, when I was in Libya, I couldn't go out. I stayed in my apartment the whole month. I mean, I had this experience. In Iraq, the same. I was in this kind of what we call compound. We cannot go out, working with different organizations. There is not really a difference, because in those countries, when I say Iraq and Libya and other countries, it's about their lives. They are saving their lives. And also here in France, when I'm in my apartment now, so for a month, so it's the same thing. It's about our health, about our life. It's the same thing. It's not the war with the weapons, but another kind of war. This is something very, very important. When it comes to our life, I think it's the priority of priorities. This is not something. I mean, it's just the same thing, because in France, this virus is killing from 300 to 500 a day.
Yes,
Till now. Exactly, till now. I mean, let's say in other countries, I'd say it's the same. It's the same. Conditions are different, government are different, means are different, but we are in the war. We are in the war. We cannot minimize this. We need to fight. We need to be patient, and we need to find a solution. This is the most important thing.
We have to find a solution.
Yeah.
And during the lockdown, during this period where you're in your house, in your home, and you can't go out. What do you do? How do you spend your time?
Thank you. It's a really good question. I'm reading a lot. I love reading. I'm reading 3 books at the same time.
Three books.
3 books at the same time. I love this. Since when you are tired of the book and you can choose another one. I mean, I have 3 books. And then I'm in the middle. I love this. It's my way of reading. And also, I have something. I mean, I chat a lot with people. I speak a lot with the family, and have a time for the first time. Having, it's not about just sending an email, sending a message, but I can have half an hour and talk with people in different countries. In my, people in here in France, I had this time and asking about them. So, and of course, all of us, we learn to cook for the moment. Just cooking. This is reading and chatting and writing sometimes, and also cooking and all these things. Sometimes it's frustrating, spending the whole a month in a house. We are in Paris, it's very lovely city, and we need to go out, and we have warm weather these days, and people, they cannot, it's not easy to stay at home. But I think it's our health, our life, it's more important than everything.
Yes, I can't imagine going to Paris without seeing the Eiffel Tower.
Exactly. I cannot go there.
I can't go there, and it's so everyone's home. There's no one outside.
In the beginning, yeah. Now we have more, because it's warm weather. I mean, it's just beautiful days. It's not easy, but people, they are respecting some rules. They are respecting some rules. So when we go for shopping or something like that, we need to respect this distance of 1 meter, and many people, they are wearing their masks and everything. And you need to have your attestation. We call this paper. We can have it on your phone and say why you are going outside. Yeah, you have 3 or 4 or 5 things, and your name and everything, and your ID. And your ID with you. I was stopped by police. I mean, 2 weeks ago, asking for that's what you are doing here. It's not easy for our, freedom. We think the first time someone just asked me what are you doing, and asking for my ID and so on. But I can understand. I can understand this. Yeah.
Yeah, you can understand because it's for your own good.
Of course, of course. Yeah, but as I said, our lives, it's more important than anything else.
Mm-hmm. So, what have you realized? What have you realized over this past few weeks that you have been on lockdown? What realization have you had?
A realization on what exactly? I mean, on our personal lives.
Yeah, on your personal life.
I think, as I said, I learned a lot. I learned to be patient. I learned to be more close, to people. I realized that the meaning of life we had before, it's not the same. I'm telling you, it's not the same. I think it's not only for me, but for everyone. We learned, as I said, we can live with less. It's not only about the money. It's not about having cars and traveling and everything. It's important in our life, but the priorities, it's not this. Priority, it's our health, it's our lives, it's our family, people we love, helping, supporting others. I think what we really learned from all this period.
Yes, yes, I agree with you. Priorities like
Yeah.
cooking, like cooking.
Okay, I cook, exactly. I cooked a lot. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you'll die if you don't cook. You can't always have takeaway.
Exactly, exactly.
You know, I was just watching the television earlier, and they did say minimize your watching of television and watching of the news. And I was watching CNN, American news, and they were saying that in certain states in California or certain states in Florida, the people are rallying. They're protesting because they want the city to open because there are no jobs.
Yeah, I know this. Yeah, yeah.
So that they can earn a living, but earning a living would mean endangering their lives. So how do we balance that?
Yeah, I mean, everyone knows that we had this pandemic. We have this disease. We lost, thousands and thousands of people. But we are waiting for something else, which is economic crisis. This is something we will go through. I don't know. I don't know exactly. No one's know exactly what will happen, but we will, will pay the price. With the price. But we are not responsible of this. This is responsible of this. It depends from country to country. I'm sure that who will suffer, it's small businesses here in France, really small businesses in France. For people, for families, let's say it's okay because we have a really good social system here in France, and also healthcare system is very good. So people, they can get something from the state. All these people, they are not working. They can do it. But small businesses, they will suffer a lot. And government, as they were saying every day, they will be helping this. So after there's a writer who said after the tsunami of corona disease, we will see another tsunami, which is economic tsunami. Yeah,
Economic tsunami.
yeah.
I was just thinking about it as well because I'm a trainer, I'm a coach, and training and coaching will change after COVID, and there will be no face-to-face training. It will be online and all those different things. And I was telling myself, oh, I have to reskill, I have to reskill. But I'm lazy. I'll reskill tomorrow. There's still 2 weeks before the end of the lockdown. I'll reskill tomorrow. But it's it's not easy, especially if you've been doing the same things over and over, and you have to redo and retrain and reskill yourself. Is it something that all of us can do? I mean, is it something that many of us can learn to do, how to reskill ourselves?
We need to skill ourselves or our life, just to learning, every day we learn something. But I'm not really online, person learning. It's not really me. I love really to be with people. I love, having face to face and so on. I don't know of technology and so on. We can have this kind, this training, these skills, and so on. But there is no better than to be in the room, to be with people, and doing some exercises we cannot do online. This icebreakers and so on, and sharing and talking and having lunch together, having breakfast together. Cannot have this online. I mean, just it's not.
Yeah.
I love meeting people. I love. If it's not this training in US, we will not meet. I am from France. You are from Philippines. It's so far, but this training, when we are in the same room, we are having dinner, we're having lunch, we're having party, we're having breakfast. This is really what I mean. We call training, we call skills, we call learning. This is for me most important.
Yes, we have our shoulder massage.
Exactly.
You cannot shoulder massage on the computer.
This is something. It's not easy. It's not easy. Yeah, it's not easy.
Okay, so you're in France, I'm in the Philippines. What other advice can you give to our listeners, our viewers, people who are, from all parts of the world? What can they do in this time of crisis, and hopefully the lockdown will be lifted in a few weeks, maybe gradual, but what can you advise for people to do at this stage?
For me, I mean, I say this for everyone, for my friends. I mean, to respect all these rules. We need to save lives. It's so important. I mean, if the people saying that we need to stay home, we need to stay home. We not have this social distance. We need to respect it. This is something important. And at the same time, it's also we have time. It's I can advise people to read. I mean, just to read some books, and listen good music, watching good movies, and also for me it's so important, and asking about people. Don't stay alone in your Don't stay. Just ask for people. You are asking about your friends. It's great initiative. I mean, just people, they should do that. If they didn't see their friends since 3 years, 4 years, just send a small message. How are you? How is your friend? How's the family, etc.? It's something important. And the last thing is we can prepare ourselves for after this lockdown. We can prepare ourselves. This is something, I mean, for June, for July. What will we do? What we can, it's our right to ask some questions about after this period. Yeah.
Okay. And when I asked you, you said yes. So thank you.
You are welcome, Dave. It was really great to talk with you.
We haven't talked to each other for a long time, but when I asked you, you said yes right away.
Thank
and it's
you.
the same color of shirt.
Thank you very much for this initiative and for this asking for this chat. I'm really very happy with this. And they say hi for all friends everywhere in the world. We have a lot of friends. We're traveling a lot. We have a lot of friends. Thanks again.
Thanks. So thank you very much for your advice. Keep in touch. Build the network and sustain the network. Nothing beats meeting people, whether it's face-to-face, preferably face-to-face, but we can't because of this situation. Online, even if we haven't seen each other for years. So thank you very much for this conversation. And I would say maraming salamat po.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.